On a typical Sunday, Father Jeff Schooner says Mass at St. Patrick in Louisville's East End.
It's good to be home and be back with you all.
Or he's here at St. Boniface downtown. And he's the pastor or leader of a parish for both.
It's kind of hard enough to be pastor of one parish, right? With the complexities and all the ministries and programs that are happening at a typical parish.
Luckily, Father Jeff has help from an associate priest and 2 senior priests. Each Sunday, he can stay at one parish to say Mass, but not every priest in the diocese is so lucky.
There are some places where the Mass schedules are like that, where even on Saturday nights they go from one place to another place, and then Sunday mornings they're back and forth and back and forth.
Back and forth from one parish to another, trying to dedicate the same energy and resources to both. Over the past 50 years, the number of priests serving the Archdiocese of Louisville has declined. In 1970, there were 438 priests total. Compare that to today, and there are only 178. Priests are retiring, and not enough are coming in to replace them.
That's always a thing of looking at what are viable parishes, and as neighborhoods shift, as demographics change, where do we need to be?
Father Anthony Chandler is the pastor of St. Francis of Assisi in Deer Park, as well as the vocation director for the Archdiocese, helping young men discern the priesthood.
I'm the gatekeeper, I guess is another way to look at that, as well as the welcomer.
Father Chandler knew he wanted to be a priest from a very young age, and he was ordained in 1989. But today, fewer young men are choosing the priesthood for various reasons.
That whole idea of commitment, I think, is a big problem in the culture.
And religion is something that's waned in our culture too, Chandler says. People still want to do good, but they're more likely to support causes than institutions. And the church is a 2,000-year-old institution.
I find that when I'm talking to young men about it, and they're very excited, I do believe they want to do something heroic, but might there be something around the corner that I might want to do?
The priesthood was always that something around the corner for Dustin Hungerford since a second grade assignment.
The other kids drew firemen and police officers and doctors or race car drivers, and I drew myself as a priest.
Hungerford has already been ordained as a deacon and will be ordained as a priest this upcoming year after finishing seminary. He's entering the Archdiocese at a time when not many millennials are.
There's this feeling that the generation has that there is no such thing as truth, there's no absolute, there's no one way to live.
Dustin attends St. Meinrad in Spencer County, Indiana. While there might be fewer men working as priests in the Archdiocese, there's actually a steady number of men graduating from St. Meinrad. In 1998, there were 81 students, and in the fall of 2020, there were 113. There have been more than 100 students every year since 2008.
At sort of the end of the day, the answer is Christ will take care of his church. And so whether there's 500 of us or 60 of us, people are still going to come to Mass. They still want the Eucharist. And that's my job, and I got to put the rest of it in the hands of the Archbishop and in the hands of the church at whole.
Priests like Father Jeff will tell you they felt God called them into this role, into the priesthood. So with the shortage of priests, one of the questions becomes, is God calling fewer people to the priesthood?
I think he's calling enough men to the priesthood to meet the needs of his people.
People who rely on these men to serve in their communities.